So, Daddario have responded and all is right with the world. It was just one big misunderstanding. We can all go back to living full, happy lives and playing our instruments once again. That's what I'd love to say, but that's not quite what's happened. They have responded to the accusations of AI. You guys have really let us know your feelings. So, let's dive straight in. Hi folks, welcome back to the bench. We are here again with an update on the Daddario AI scandal. I did think we were just going to brush over this quite quickly and it'd just be there in the past and we'd never talk about it again. But you guys haven't let this slip. Daddario have come forward with a response. It's going to be quite lengthy and there are some very, very big words, but don't worry, I have been an expert in the field of production and sound recording for a little over 4 minutes now. So I do know what some of the words mean. We're going to rewind back and do a 30-second catch up on everything up to yet, and then we'll show you the findings so far. Those that are not up to speed, Daddario were accused of using some AI-generated music to promote their new NYXL HD strings. Some of you said it should be the NYXL AI strings. There was accusations that the promo video, they'd used some AI generated content rather than real musicians. Now I'm going to play that clip of the song in question and you did let us know your thoughts, but here's a reminder of it. Now at the time, I'll let you know my feelings, and I did feel it was slightly enhanced and you guys were with us every step of the way. There was a lot of support for my opinions and some of you did come to Daddario's rescue and we agreed to disagree and that was that. They have now come forward with the responses, which I'm going to put on the screen, and as a pre-warning, as I said, there are some very big words. So if you're not anywhere like myself understanding the concepts of recording, there might be a couple of words you'll have to Google after, but bear with me. If you do want to skip this part of the video, I won't blame you, but it does defy the point of the video. So put me on 2 times speed if I get too boring. Here we go. We are a music company built by musicians for musicians, so naturally we share the growing alarm that generative AI can remove the musician from the creative process. In a recent post featuring one of our products, many people questioned whether we employed generative AI in our demo track. The track was written and performed by one of our employees who was proud to create an original piece to show off a new string he helped to develop. In creating this demo, we now understand what our employee did and how complex it was. He spent hours fine-tuning his guitar performance with an excess of plugins to compress, auto-tune, EQ and distort a DI guitar performance. He also programmed drums and ran 12 synthesizers for accompaniment. He ran a Logic SoCal stock drum set through a 4 compressor plugins, blended with Easy Drummer with all velocity set to a maximum of 127 to get a big sound. This subtracted all of the dynamics and added a lot of digital noise. The result is a track that exhibits the hallmarks commonly found in generative AI music, and it is understandable that this sound would elicit such a response from the community. Some of you will immediately understand what we're talking about, but for those who may be scratching their head, I'm certainly one of those. What the bloody hell are they on about? There were excessive non-AI tools used to make the original composition sound more produced. This added a lot of extra noise and inorganic details to the mix, which people misunderstood as signs of AI generation. So where did we go wrong? This is the bit we've all been waiting for. The video we posted last week in response to the accusations that this was created by Suno featured a door clip, which was a pre-mix and pre-master pile of stems that did not sound like the finished product. And we did not question it because much of our team is not familiar with the audio production. You see, our original demo was recorded in a Logic session set to 87 beats per minute with a 44.1K sample rate and exported as such. Well, anyone could have told you that. It's bloody obvious. This is where the confusion lies. While generative AI was not used in the creation of this music, by virtue of using Logic's mastering assistant feature and Lander's assisted mastering, AI did assist with the mixing and mastering process post-DAW export, which caused noise and drift. So, to an extent, it does look like AI had a helping hand but didn't directly complete the project. It did have some assistance. It then goes on to explain a little bit more, and I will just take some pockets of the rest of the statement, that there were 4 compressors in a series on the drums, adding a high-end fuzz, auto-tunes were on the guitar for pitch accuracy, so on and so forth. The last part concludes then with, we're experts in crafting the world's best music accessories, not audio production. In the future, we will know what to ask and what degree of production is appropriate for our videos. We'd also like to make a bit of a personal statement. We knew we had nothing to hide. We just needed the time to understand why our take on the situation was so different than others. In the community, before we responded further, we're genuinely sorry for the delay in response and confusion caused. Remember, we are a company whose products can only be used by people. If AI replaces musicians making music, then we're out of business. Of course, that's nothing compared to the chilling thought of musical expression being co-opted by machines. As a company made of hundreds of people, we desperately want to preserve human expression through music. With respect, the D'Addario team. So there we have it, folks, with D'Addario's statement. Now, you guys have been not shy in coming forward with your responses to that. On the D'Addario socials, and I will put some screenshots on in a minute, they have been red hot and they've responded to most people's thought processes. My take on this, from what I can understand, and there were some very large words there. I do need a dictionary on hand for some of these videos. It appears like we have done some drawings, 4 or 5 of them. They're all original artworks. We've shaded them in, we've coloured them in, we've got them organised. But we've now used AI to allocate the slideshow and just make sure that it looks finally polished. So the artwork is original, it's our concept, but we've just had a helping hand on the final line. Some of the YouTubers watching us and other channels may have used AI in their videos for thumbnails. We're no stranger to using it here or there. If we're doing a bit of comedy and I need to superimpose something, I'll use a bit of AI or some superimposition to get it on the screen. If you're an actor in Hollywood, I could certainly do with it. A bit of makeup, make myself look more beautiful for these videos. So we're no stranger. Have D'Addario done the right thing? They seem like they weren't aware. It's a very long way of saying we're sorry. I take that I believe them. They've probably outsourced this job. One of the employees has come in. They're not all experts in every individual part of the field. It seems believable to me. But more importantly, this is where we come over to you guys, because it's always been about you. What do you guys think, feel, and what do you think is really happening at source? Let us know below. Are you happy with that response? Do you think D'Addario have got away with it now and that's it, we'll draw a line? Or do you now think moving forward they'll change everything about what they do? In the same week that we've also been not talking about Fender, Fender are now in the headlines again. The CEO, Edward Bud Cole, put a statement about how he thinks AI can now be used as a good tool, useful for everything, for them moving forward and the creation process. There's D'Addario now saying they think that shouldn't have the upper hand. So once again, Fender are supporting something that's not even related to their story this week. So what do you guys think? Have D'Addario done the right thing? And if we were to see an advert like this again, how should it be produced? My take on it: string on a guitar, clean, distortion, few blues licks, bit of country, bit of pop, bit of rock, bit of jazz. Simple as that. Try it in a big environment, small environment. Do it on day 1 of the string, day 10 of the string, and day 100 of the string. We could hear the deterioration. Some products I don't feel need an advert. Strings is one of them. Toilet paper is another. Who is not buying toilet paper? Why do we need adverts for that? So with Fender changing their industry in their ways and eyes and what they're trying to achieve, D'Addario have been under the cosh so far. Have they got out of it? They might have done. You're going to let us know shortly what you guys feel. From a marketing point of view now, how do you think these other brands are feeling? Because you guys are certainly letting them know what you feel, what you think. And I would be not concerned in the slightest if we were to do a video now. I'd have to backtrack everything to ensure this is going to meet public expectations. So you guys really are the judges, jury and executioners. So as always, thank you very much for joining us. Let us know below what you feel, because it seems like this may now just blow over. You've had your say on the D'Addario pages and we'd love your say on ours. So do let us know below. I believe Daddario. I think it was just a mistake now. They have gone through the process. It's been worded absolutely beautifully, but I think it's quite simply been left to another part of the company. It's now come together, and from future, I think they'll grow from it. Will you give them another chance, or is it days over for them? And there we have it. All's well that ends well, it seems. Thank you ever so much for joining us. I'm Jamie, your local tech shopkeeper and reactionary connoisseur, coming at you with all the breaking news of this crazy world we call the music industry. If you have enjoyed today's video, do consider giving us a like and a thumbs up and a subscribe, and do let us know your thoughts on this and the story so far, because it's always about you. I say it every single video. We're not afraid to have a healthy debate in the comments, so do drop your thoughts below, but please keep your insults to yourself regarding my accent, my glasses, my hair and everything else. I can't help it that I look like this. Thank you ever so much for your time, folks. It's greatly appreciated. Happy playing, whether that be Daddario strings or any other. We'll see you next time. I'm off for a cup of tea. Catch you next time. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.